He stalled it!
How do you stall an automatic?
That's a good question.
Tell me. That's a good question I need to ask myself. Funny.
No power steering?
Sucks, but okay. Make it.
Nah, you're not gonna make it.
I'm going to be racing. It is a 240Z S30. It has a 2JZ. It's pushing about 800 horsepower. It's a single turbo. This one we partnered up with the HPR, so we're running one of their DCT kits. So it's a 7-speed automatic transmission out of F80 M4. And yeah, it's got like a RS230 differential out of the 300ZX.
Nice.
We got the best axles we can get because the past 2 times I've already snapped a couple of them. So yeah, I mean, this is a fully stock transmission. It handles like all the power. I'm actually surprised I've been breaking axles rather than the transmission.
Really?
I would imagine the transmission is weak, but yeah. I mean, it's holding 800 horsepower and breaking axles, so
that's probably just the weakest link at that point.
Yeah. So luckily, hopefully, we got the best axles out there. Apparently, I don't know. I'm not too much about, like, I don't really know too much about DSS.
Okay, so the axles are DSS.
I've heard that they're like the best ones out in the market, like strong wise. So I don't know. So we'll see. But yeah, this one's fully caged. The battery to the trunk. It's a little messy right now, but yeah, we have battery there, caged. We were gonna do a cantilever suspension, but it was a little too much work for. Alright. So yeah, it has not a full cage. I would consider it like a half cage, but we did this bar to make it easier to go in and out. This one, the way that we drive it is turn on the transmission, and then we push the drive button with the keypad, and then from there we just use the pedals.
Nice.
So makes it a lot easier for me to shift. It has an automatic mode, so it shifts on its own.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I'd rather be in full control of the transmission.
Valid.
Yeah.
And what ECU is on this one? Haltech?
This one is also on a Haltech.
Hell yeah.
2500. And this one you need an ECU for the transmission alone, for the transmission itself.
So are you running the Elite R series then? With the trans controller? Or?
No. This one, so it's a ECU, it's a Haltech ECU 2500.
Okay.
And then for the transmission, we're running a HTG ECU. They call them TCUs, transmission control unit.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of companies that have started making TCUs for these type of transmissions. HTG at the time was one of the best ones. Right now, I think they're having some issues between them, their own and the company. So right now, if you buy a HTG, there's no software, so you can't even turn on the transmission. Like, it's useless right now.
That's frustrating.
But when they were up and running, it's probably the best TCU that we could get.
Okay.
On this one, you can do launch control, and also add a clutch feature. So when you, like, for example, we don't have it hooked up. This used to be a T56 car, T56 transmission. Yeah. But we got rid of it and put the DCT. Okay. But if we were to add a sensor to the clutch pedal, it would work as a clutch to the transmission. So regardless of what gear you're at or what gear you're in, if you press the clutch, it's gonna throw it right to neutral.
And what would be a good use for
for that?
So what would be a good use for that instinct? So would that be like a clutch kick in a drift car?
Yeah, that would be more for like a drift car.
Okay.
It wouldn't really help you for launch. be a little too harsh. I'd say so.
Yeah.
But you know, then again, you have launch control in this car, so
you don't even really need it then.
No,
it's just a nice feature. You can
yeah, that's why we haven't really added it on this one. We do have a JZX 100 Toyota Chaser Mark II.
Nice.
We have a 2J. We haven't dynoed it yet. We haven't really messed with it because we've been too busy with the cars.
Right.
But that's because we blew the motor so like not too long ago. But when it was running, we have a DCT as well with the HTG controller, and that one we have a sequential style shifter.
Yep.
And we also have the clutch feature.
Gotcha.
So that one, it helps us a lot
with
to initiate. Yeah.
With the
to initiate, you know, the clutch kick. So yeah, it makes it a lot more fun having that clutch feature.
Yes.
Because it kind of is like, ooh, I'm driving like a sequential, you know. Like,
yeah, but I still got the pedal.
Yeah.
I still got the pedal.
So yeah, you know, that feature on that car, especially because it's a rear-wheel drive, it used to push 500 horsepower, which was more than enough for that little car.
And Chaser, that's enough.
Yeah. So you know, it was our shop's drift car. So you know, and yeah, one day we decided the boost controller. We changed the boost controller, and the routing was different on that one apparently, and it was just throwing 30 pounds. Figured it out at 8 pounds of boost, it threw a rod.
Damn.
So,
at 8 pounds?
At 8 pounds.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Yeah, and it was a GT motor, a GT box, so I was like,
that's surprising.
I mean, it handled a lot of abuse because it used to be 6-speed. The V160 used to be the V160.
Okay.
And that was a super fun transmission, but yeah, we abused it a lot because I got to drive it when it had the 6-speed, and then I got to drive it with the DCT. But I like the DCT a lot better because it's super responsive.
Yeah.
And we pretty much do what's called flat foot shifting, which I'm gonna do on this one too. Like I don't lift the gas pedal at all. I just hold it. Yeah. And this one we don't have the shift cut, but on the Chaser we have it. So we're like every time it shifts, it pops. Like you know, like it just spices it up so much.
It makes it that much more enjoyable. It adds to the driving experience.
Yeah, it definitely brings a lot of joy to you.
So give me a rundown on the motor. So
motor?
Yeah, let's see the
this
motor.
one, it is a fully built 2JZ GTE. It's put right now. It's pushing about 800. So yeah, it's honestly I don't know what size turbo that is.
It's a big ass turbo, but what size turbo?
Yeah, I don't know. That one, Paulo, my boss, is the one that knows. Because when I got to the shop, the car was already built.
Okay.
I was just involved with the process of changing the DCT.
Okay.
So I took out the T56 and installed the DCT. We did have it as a compound setup before.
Okay.
But at 30 pounds of boost with this turbo, before we did all that, it was pushing like 980.
Good
close
Lord.
to 1,000.
On 30 pounds?
On 30 pounds.
That's
a lot.
good.
Yeah. So we were like, oh shit, like fuck it, let's do a compound setup.
Yeah.
And then we did a compound setup. We kept that big turbo. We had a smaller turbo feeding that big turbo.
Oh, so you had like a pro charge setup essentially.
Yeah, so it was a baby turbo feeding
into the bigger turbo. Yeah.
So we did all that at 30 pounds of boost. It was only pushing like 550.
Really?
So we were like, either the flow is not right,
something's restricted,
or the turbo's not right, or something's restricted somewhere. So we kept messing with it, changed different routings, we didn't change turbos, but we just changed like the routing of the piping and see if it would work. And nothing helped. We added 2 boost controllers, see if it would help. Didn't work. We added a wastegate on the
intake side.
On the intake side, just to recirculate more air into the big turbo, and nothing worked. So then we were like, the customer was like, hey, you guys want to take it to Texas? We're like,
sure,
we'll take it.
Yeah.
So we were like, all right, let's just put the single turbo back, get the DCT going pretty good. And
this car has to be like, everybody wants it's a 240Z, right?
Yeah, 240Z.
Everybody wants a 240Z with like a modern inline 6. Me preferably, an RV should be in there, but
yeah, we have a friend that has one with an RV26 with a 8 HP, so it's a
that's cool.
With an 8-speed, it's similar to the DCT.
Yeah,
but it's
similar setup, just different.
Yeah. Did he show him the tires on that?
No. So what size is this first?
I think these are 320. Yeah, 325. 50s, 15.
Girthy boys.
We used to have 315s, 40s, 18s, I believe. R888Rs, and it did not want to hook at all. This customer, like I said, is kind of wild, so he's like, oh, if we can put the biggest tire we can, and he got custom-made carbon fiber fender flares.
So are these custom too? Because they're what are they technically called? Is this like a bumper?
Yeah, this is like a replacement for the stock bumper.
Okay.
But they're just carbon fiber. I know they make these because I've seen them for sale before.
Yeah. But
he just bought these carbon fiber. I guess he likes carbon fiber.
Carbon fiber.
This wing is carbon fiber.
Carbon fiber.
The trunk, the hatch is carbon fiber. This thing is out of an R35.
Really?
Yeah. This is an R35. Yeah, R35 diffuser, carbon fiber.
That's sick.
The side skirts, I think they're out of an R35 as well. Carbon fiber.
Carbon fiber.
The hood is carbon fiber. Like.
That's crazy.
This guy, I think this guy loves carbon fiber.
I would say that.
But yeah, he's definitely like one of our best customers. We're friends. We don't consider him a customer anymore. He's like a really good friend of ours.
He's like a family shop friend. Kind of.
Yeah, pretty much. Like
that's awesome. That's the best part about doing these too. Is like, hey, I want you to make my car fast, and then you build that relationship, and you're like, can we do this? Can we do that?
Yeah, it's mainly not about just the business itself. It's like actually like getting build with that person.
Yeah, you want to share those experiences with that person.
Yeah.
Because either they don't like have the time to do it themselves, they don't have the skill to know how to do it themselves, but yet they still want to be there and be involved.
Yeah.
And that's when y'all come in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the best part about it.
Yeah, and it definitely helps a lot, just being friends with them.
Yeah.
They also understand the process. They understand how long it takes.
Yeah, and then you run into other things, and that 10% takes 20%, and it's just like, it's a constant cycle that it's not a, hey, I want this done. It's going to be like, okay, well, you're going to run into this issue, this issue, this issue.
Yeah, so it's like, like if something were to go wrong, even though it's not our fault, it's he understands. They see that it's not our fault, but
he's cool about it. And that's the best case scenario, and I wish a lot of shops would do that more. And just be more in touch, not in touch, but in contact, in relation with whoever you're doing a build.
Yeah, because it also speaks really good about yourself too, as a shop owner or working at a shop.
Yeah, you're not getting put on the back burner. You're like, hey, we ran into this issue. This is what's going on. Just let you know.
Yeah, because you're also willing, to help the person or see what's going on with the car. Help them out.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So.
And this is definitely one. They have a bunch of cool cars, but I love old T's, and this one's probably my favorite.
We'll see. Hopefully I do a really good pass.
You're gonna do great. You're gonna do great. Come on, man.
Keep going. You'll see our kids club area in those red umbrellas down there. You can go and chill out there for a while and the kids run wild.
Go check. That was a good call. Alright, so give me a quick rundown of what this is and what y'all are doing.
So this is a fully built RB30 with aluminum rods, gas-corded pistons. It still has the RB26 head. We redid the whole rear end, so it's not the stock. This is a V-Spec 2, so everybody knows that the diffs on these suck. We redid the whole rear end, so it's got DSS axles.
This is our DCT street qualifying
it's a sequential transmission. Right now it's pushing about 1150.
George Jackson, the right lane.
What do you think it's gonna run?
Looking ready to race. DCT street does what it says on the label. Most the cars with a DCT.
If we see that the car still has potential, we're not going to run it at full boost right now. We're just going to do like a quick test pass. Right now it's on level 3. We have 5 levels, 5 boost levels,
and street registered.
Level 5 is all the power. So hopefully it makes like a low 9-second pass. But if it makes it on boost level 3, we're going to
bad way to start. 178 miles per hour.
Hopefully do
Left
do
lane
pretty good. We
finishing
put in a lot
strongest
of work
one
on
and
this
awkward
car.
leave.
It's very, very nice. It's gorgeous.
Got like
Our
full
first two
like
qualifiers.
solid mount bushings and
Jackson,
everything.
783.
It's a full on, you know,
First
from
lap.
From the ground up.
everything.
From the ground up. I'm excited to see what it's gonna do.
Yeah, hopefully that's pretty good.
And what's y'all shop's name?
Our shop is Original Auto. We're based out in Van Nuys, California,
Round one action.
and all we do is just pretty much Skylines
Remy in the
and
left lane.
Cobra. We do other JDMs, but we mainly focus on Skylines. So right now we're working on a T56 swap for all-wheel drive, so stay updated for that.
Yes.
I know everybody wants a 6-speed on their GTR. We're trying to make it, and
And not be to get track money.
yeah. Especially that.
And we'll do a video on that later too, on like the whole prototype that they're working on and everything, to give you guys a better in context view of that.
Yeah. Good.
What's your name again?
I go by Chuy, but my name is Uriel.
Where can the people find you?
On Instagram, I go by Becerra, BECERRA_06. That's what I go by. And
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, bro. Alright, so he was just explaining the maps and how they work. How do they work? He said level 1 cuts off the all-wheel drive, so you can do a burnout.
Yeah. So on this car, we not rigged up, but we wired the overdrive system to the boost levels. So boost level 1, it shuts off the overdrive system, so that way he can do a burnout and warm up the rear tires. And then anything past level 1 is gonna turn on the overdrive, and after a certain mile an hour, it's gonna shut it off. So we don't want overdrive in the pump in.
Okay.
On R32, it gives us a lot of force here.
It's like active traction control.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a traction control because we're gonna run it at 80% takeoff.
Yeah.
And probably like about 100% like after it sees certain mile an hour. And then I think after like 90 miles an hour, it's gonna shut it off.
Now, is the map like an R32 where like if you pull the fuse, it makes it a rear-wheel drive, but then you have to put it back in and like restart the car? Or
Yes.
is it just this map selection and it just does it automatically?
So this one we pretty much got rid of the whole system of the overdrive.
Yeah.
So pretty much we added an extra relay and it controls the power to the pump and the solenoid. For the all-wheel drive. So there's a wire and output from the ECU that turns on the relay, and then after it turns on the relay, it pretty much turns on the whole system.
Okay.
So pretty much got rid of like the stock setup where you just remove the fuse and it turns it into rear-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Because if we wanted to do a burnout, we would have to open the hood, remove the fuse, get back in, do the burnout, get back.
Well, that's what I do on the 32s. The fuse is underneath the dash, but on the 34s, I didn't know
on the
how that
34
worked.
on the 34s is on the engine bay.
On the engine bay.
So,
But you can still do that.
you can still do that, but
Just obviously it's
at
And
the
just in
track,
case
you can't do that.
So yeah,
We're
this
joined by
one.
some friends from the Big Ten
Luckily,
community.
with we're running a whole tech
Listen,
on this one.
hardcore. How do you
and
being hardcore on the property?
So with you could do a lot of things with
At least a
it.
couple of
So
turbos.
that's why we have it set up with the boost level.
Not some other fun ways
That
to
way
make
we do like a
horsepower.
low boost, burnout.
Yep.
Because we don't want all the boost,
No, you don't want to kill, you just want one tires.
It's all right.
Warm 'em up real
316,
quick,
148
and
into
then
the
after that, when it switches to another boost
The
level,
Rampage
it's gonna
Cup
say
gave
it's gonna
you
see
an
that it's in a
amazing job,
different
the
boost
yellow
level,
car.
and according to that, it's gonna command
Well,
the
as fast as the night was
other
in the final,
output
it
to
was
turn
not
on.
taking wing.
And then it's also hooked up to the speed, so that way after it sees
There
certain
is
mile an
a
hour, it
ton
shuts it
of
off,
T1
so that way we don't
horsepower.
get the torque here in the top
Getting
end.
Now,
ready to race.
in terms of that input, are you using the drive shaft, like a drive shaft speed sensor for that, or what are you using for the input for that?
On the T cases, they have a speed sensor.
Okay.
So yeah, pretty much it's reading the speed off the drive shaft.
And then once it reaches a certain thing, it cuts it.
Yeah, once it reaches a certain mile an hour, it cuts it off.
It's amazing the things you can do with the Elite is amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy. And that's like the most basic ECU that you can get from Haltech.
Yes.
Well, there's cheaper ones, but at least to run 6 cylinders.
Yeah, that's all you need. Yeah, you can send so many inputs, outputs.
I mean, Haltech is nice, but
A little expensive. Too much expensive. R35 guys can have no techs. We had Skyline's.
yeah, we went and ran a Link ECU. That was really good too.
Yeah, I've heard good things about Link.
Yeah, it's really good. I like it because if you remove the stock port, it bolts up to the stock
That's what I like about
and it's like full like plug and play. Like you don't have to get a harness, and you can still run flex
GTR Festival USA.
like the external white man.
Yeah.
So you can run a lot of
Yeah,
things.
just a different setup of doing it.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I like about the Link is like that you don't have that adapter plug and play.
Yeah.
Because
this-
getting it tucked in there is such a pain
Oh,
in
dude.
the ass.
I will show you this one, but not after the run.
After
but,
the run.
like it kind of looks bad, but I mean it is what it is.
It
we
works.
can't really, yeah.
It works. It's all
Right
that
now, like we literally just finished the day before we were supposed to leave.
Yeah.
We had to drop the trans and change the clutch.
Damn.
Like we burned the brand new clutch. It only lasted us a weekend.
Damn.
And we're like, fuck. So we had to drop it. And yeah, but it's a lot of work to prep 3 cars.
Yes.
We were only prepping 1 car. Easy. Done.
Easy. But when you gotta do that headache 3 more times, and then it's always something else.
Yeah, and then loading up the cars,
Yes.
driving.
Did I get everything? Did I bring all the spare parts? Like, do I have all the tools?
It's a lot of work.
Yes.
I thought it was gonna be easy.
No. But we're about to run, so let's see what she can do.
Boost level 3 and overdrive fixing.
Hell yeah. Thing's fucking nasty.
After this, I'm gonna run back to my car and just wait.
He didn't break up, but he didn't get the launch yet. Obviously, we're at home now, but I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to Chuy, Pablo, and I cannot remember the other gentleman's name, but Pablo's brother, for allowing me just to hang out with them over the weekend, essentially, and view the cars and make a little content. I hope you like it. As soon as I left, I had to leave Sunday to catch a flight. Chuy texted me and said that they broke the differential in the GTR with the VR38 in it, and that sucks. But they're just gonna upgrade it now. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Definitely go check them out. And then that's all I can think of right now. Super nice guys. The cars are amazing and super nice, and they also are working with DCT, which is like a paddle shift, sequential essentially, transmission company. So make sure you check them out too. And yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy, and I have to edit the other video for GTR Festival now, covering all the GTRs. So yeah, thanks.